I'd like to say sorry to the families of Aiyana Jones, Michael Brown, Eric Gardner, and I want to apologize to them for not being able to get justice for their loved ones who was murdered in cold blood. And in respect for the peaceful protest, I want to say hands up, don't shoot. Black Lives Matter.
Another dead white kid. 5 more black people arrested.
Can look at your article and say, look at how horrible those men or those societies or that religion is. And it's something, it's part of why, for example, we have an underreporting of rape and domestic violence in African American communities, because we know the violence enacted on black men by police, so we often don't call, right?
I was reading this article in a magazine or a website called identities.mic, and there was a story about rape in black colleges. And this article dropped and documented 2 nuclear bombs. 1, 60% of black women are raped before the age of 18. 2, 95% of these rapes are never reported. Just like Melissa Harris Perry said. So what do you think that does to the crime numbers? Hundreds of thousands of rape kits untested, unreported, others unreported. There's something very strange happening in this country now. That's why we're doing these videos. We get a lot of new people on this YouTube channel, and lots of them like to leave comments. I mean, we get between 30 and 50,000 comments a month on these videos, and that number's going up by 10%, 20% per month. Same way subscribers is going up, views, and all these other indicators. Well, anyway, some people leave comments because they're happy that someone's telling the truth, and other people leave comments to conceal the truth. They get some number that's not true and they slap it on the page and they go, always the same thing. You guys know what I'm going to say now, right? Colin, you don't know the numbers. And then they go on to say that no matter what they say, it all boils down to one thing. White people do it too. But the numbers are way out of whack. And that's one of the big things we talk about in Don't Make the Black Kids Angry, the crime numbers. And how as bad as they are, the disparity between black crime rate and white crime rate, the real numbers are way, way worse. And we talk about a couple things: stitches for snitches, witness intimidation, Bronx juries. And one of the other things we talk about are the enormous number of rape kits, untested rape kits, all over the country. Let's look at these 2 stories, and then we'll put a number on the rape kits at the end. The first story comes out of New Orleans, and I got 2 of these right, on the same day, which is what made me think of doing them together. So the first story is out of New Orleans, 1984. They just arrested this guy for killing a woman in 1984. Robbed her, raped her, killed her. Black on white, nasty business. After it wasn't just a one-off kind of deal either. I mean, after '84, he was arrested and accused of lots and lots of more violence, lots and lots of more cases that didn't result in death, but probably should have. So they grabbed him. Out in Kansas City, they just grabbed this dude for a murder that took place 17 years ago. A couple black guys, a 33-year-old white woman, rape, robbery, murder. I don't know what purpose giving further details serves. But the big picture on that, on these 2 crimes is this. All over the country, especially in chocolate cities, there are hundreds of thousands of untested rape kits sitting in warehouses gathering dust. And don't make the black kids angry. We talk about at least three places. We talk about New Orleans, where they have over 10,000 untested rape kits. We talk about Memphis, where they have over 10,000 untested rape kits. We talk about Detroit, where they have over 10,000 untested rape kits. This article says there's 400,000 across the country untested rape kits sitting in a warehouse collecting dust. I mean, that's how they solved these two cases in New Orleans and Kansas City. The people involved somehow left some physical evidence at the scene that they were later used to identify their DNA. Down the road, they got into some other jam where their DNA was tested. You've probably seen them do it on TV. They just take a cotton swab the inside of your mouth. Survived tours of duty in 3 combat zones. In the Pacific Theater of World War II, Korea, and then Vietnam. This 92-year-old veteran was doing just fine until he ran into Darius Trevick, who killed John Dawson. After Don Dawson came to the aid of his wife, who was on the floor, knocked out, severely beat.
John Dawson was a 3-war veteran, having survived World War II, Korea, and Vietnam. At 92, he was still doing yard work and tending to his wife when detectives say a mentally deranged man broke in and destroyed their lives. A standing room only crowd appeared in Recorder's Court, where stunned relatives of Evelyn and John Dawson fought to keep their composure. Darius Trevick stared straight ahead with no emotion as the judge rattled off the charges and listened to
I've made in the last 24 hours that begins in the exact same way. Another white kid dead. Another black person holding the gun. First was in Baltimore a couple days ago. Second was in Lexington, Kentucky a couple of days ago. They just arrested 5 black people for this. And now we head down to the suburb of Birmingham, Alabama. Kid, 21-year-old kid, dead at the hands of a black person with a gun.
A family tonight is mourning their son's murder, gunned down while eating at a fast food restaurant.
Yeah, that's the scene last night at the Jackson Pleasant Grove police chief describing the surveillance video inside as gruesome. Apparently, it was part of an all-night crime spree that ended in an innocent man's death. Our Alan Collins in Pleasant Grove today talking to folks who knew the victim, certainly Alan and police, about where this investigation has gone.
Well, Jonathan, we are here at that Jackson Pleasant Grove. This is a popular location. A lot of folks go by here to grab a quick meal. They come here and expect to get that quick meal. They don't think their lives is going to be threatened, and they certainly don't think there's any chance that they could die. Unfortunately, that's just what happened. Now, today, a quiet day. The restaurant is closed for this day, obviously, for everything that happened. Last night, it was a different scene, a crime scene, chaotic. We're told a robber came into that store sometime after 8:30, acting like he was just going to make an order, but he had a weapon, a rifle. The robber ordered everyone on the floor. Now, one customer that was there was 21-year-old Ashton Blake Roberts of Summerton. He's a regular at Jack's. He stops on his way home from his father's business. Employees know him. They say he makes them laugh, that he is well thought of. Talked to Pleasant Grove Police Chief Corky Knight. He saw the surveillance video of this incident, the robbery, and Roberts being shot by that robber. Knight says Robert absolutely offered no confrontation, no resistance during this incident. The Pleasant Grove, well, they've had their violent crime scenes in the past, but this video, it left Chief Knight chilled.
A person who just walked into the restaurant, to the Jack's, as if he were going to make an order, told the victim to get on the floor or he'd kill him, and 8 seconds later, he killed him. He just murdered the guy, and just as cold blood as it could possibly be.
Right now, there are no easy answers, no formal charges yet in a senseless shooting that took the life of an innocent young man. 21-year-old Ashton Blake Roberts of Summerton was in a fast food line just trying to get something to eat.
And Roberts was killed inside a Jack's restaurant in Pleasant Grove last night. The